Another beautiful morning in the Lake District today. I've started in Great Langdale. I paid £8 again for parking. I'm currently following Stickle Gill up towards Stickle Tarn, and beyond that I'm going to find the Langdale Pikes, which is the main feature of this walk. It should be 8 or 9 miles long, but again a good day for it, although it started off quite misty and quite wet. Not raining, just lots of dew at the campsite this morning. I packed up there and departed. My tent's in my car, still quite damp. After the walk today, I drove on towards the Ambleside and plan my next campsite for the last 3 nights up here. No rain's forecast, really good views, pretty much guaranteed. But these steps, they go on and on and on and on. It's a long way up to the tarn. This is Stickle Tarn. A long climb to get up here, but it's worth it. Yeah. Just crossed over by the dam, and my walk carries on now around the tarn this way and then up over along this lot basically, and somewhere beyond that rock over there I will find Langdale Pikes. The tarn is just over there. I'm back on my path up, it's going to be this way. Doesn't look too bad, a bit steep in places, but no scrambling involved I think. There's a guy, you can't see him, who's climbing over there. I mean, good luck to him. I can just see his red top, but that's pretty sheer. Minor scrambling involved, but the paths are well marked by these cairns, large and small. You can't get far wrong. I'll climb this, but the cool wind's helping. As I get higher, it gets cooler still. I'm still here wearing a t-shirt, nothing more. Still got a fair way to go. I've come quite far already. You can't even see the tarn now. But the views around here are just stunning again. Mountains and fells. I've no idea what's what. I think I'm more or less there now. Or near enough on the top. Great. So this might be Harrison Stickle up here. And that might be Loft Crag up ahead. If we get there soon, it's a good place to stop for lunch. Looks like the main high point on this walk. I had my lunch all the way up there. You can't even see where I was sat. That's more likely to be Thorn Crag than whatever I said earlier. Love Crag, I believe, is this next one. And then there's the Pike of Stickle over there. I've noticed a few times the last few days that I tend to overestimate my progress on this sort of terrain. I think I'm further ahead than I actually am, and I kind of want to be further ahead in a way. I think because of the terrain, all the rocks and everything, I forget that it takes longer than it would be on the flat ground to cover that same distance. One more to go now. You can walk around these pikes and peaks, but as I'm here now, I thought I might as well try and do them. Up and over. That's all 3 of Langdale Pikes done now. Further beyond here, I'll join the Cumbria Way. Follow that back down towards where I started today. It's currently about 2 o'clock, so there's what, 3.5 hours in today's walk? A bit less. I've not yet reached the Cumbria Way. I have to go on my feet. I have to go over the next hill to get down there. But the weather is changing as well. It feels like the temperature's dropping a bit and the pressure. There's not forecast to rain, but the clouds coming in once more. And apparently, further west of here, I guess that direction, you can see Scarfell Pike. I've no idea which one it would be. It's a bit further away. Before that, you should have things like Bowfell, which I've heard of, and a lot more around here, which I won't know for the time being. I should now be on the Cumbria Way, going southwest towards Langdale, where I started from. And the Cumbria Way itself is only, I think, 79 miles long. It's not a very long trail. You could do it in 4 or 5 days, I reckon, quite comfortably. I think in the south it starts at maybe Ulverston, and it carries on north across the Lake District to Carlisle. A very linear route, but one I could do sometime. I think it mostly avoids the high ground as well. You may get high and low options on certain areas as well, depending on what the weather's doing. I had the option further back to take a detour east to High Raise, which is the highest point nearby. But to get there would mean crossing one valley to get up there to the trig point, then coming down again, back over the valley. It's a lot of hard work to kind of go there and come back again. I'm not doing Wainwrights, not bagging hills really. I'm just here doing like a few days of decent walking in the Lake District. On my way back to the car now. Another hour maybe, and I'll get there. It's been a really good day. I'm not going to try and ruin it by overdoing it. Another one of those long descents at the end of a walk. Down the valley, that's beautiful. River cutting through the middle. I'm glad to be off the steps and down on the flat for a bit. It's still quite rocky and gravelly down here, but my big toes are beaten and bruised. I have trouble where my big toes are longer than the rest of my foot, so even wearing the correct size footwear, they always get bashed going downhill for a long time. I had a lot of pain yesterday as well. What hasn't helped is that I forgot to trim my toenails at the weekend. I've got like long toenails and big toes being beaten and bruised. Yeah, I have tried in the past wearing a half size bigger in shoes, but then I find they get blisters because the forefoot's too loose and there's too much movement in there. They're mid-height boots, so you can't tie the ankles up too tightly. I'm not sure what the long-term solution is. Maybe get my toes trimmed shorter? I don't know. I just have to kind of live with it for the time being. I'm wearing these La Sportiva TX4s. Again, they're a mid-height boot. I like these a lot. They're very comfortable, apart from the toe issue. They've got a slightly wider toe box than most shoes. Almost natural shape. Really good traction underneath. But like I was saying, any kind of harsh terrain like this and long descents, it's quite painful for me. My 4 smaller toes on each foot, they're absolutely fine. No damage, no bruising. Just the big toes, because they're so much longer than the rest of my foot. Anyway, 2 miles left to go. And it's boots off, sit down.